Now we are.
Okay.
Now we are.
Okay.
Shout out to the real. Let's fix this. You gonna leave it like that? I don't know. Shout out to the real. Shout out to the fake. Shout out to that nosy chick. She better stay in a place. Get it right. Punk. It's kind of like the Rocks. Yeah, the Rock. We in the building. We got Chad DeSaga, my co-host. We got Hash, got bars right here. He got bars. He's a lyricist. He's from our era, 90s hip hop. And we get to talk about all of that. Introduce yourself, Hash, with the knowledge.
It's your boy Hash, aka Hash Got Bars, aka the Handsome Mike. You already know what I'm talking about, man. I'm out here in Denver by way of Petersburg, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. Feel me?
So you out in Virginia right now?
No, I'm in Denver right now.
You in Denver right now. You from Virginia. So how long was you in Virginia?
I lived in Virginia. We moved when I was 16.
So that's most of your life. That's your upbringing. That's what made you.
That's where all my ties still at and everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's where who's at?
All my ties and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? All my family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody there.
Is all your family Muslim?
Yeah.
The people you care about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Born Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Been Muslim my whole life. You know what I mean?
Your whole life.
My whole life.
I ain't been Muslim my whole life. Shout out to the real. So, life in Virginia. Talk about it. Growing up.
Man, it ain't really too much going on around my neck of the woods, man. Petersburg, you know what I'm saying? It's right off the military base, Fort Lee. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of different influences out there. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of guys from up north. I hung out in Richmond, you know what I'm saying? We was right around VSU, Virginia State University, like, right there close to Ettrick. And yeah, man, really nothing going out there except for robbing, stealing, and killing. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day.
Still to this day. That's probably what's most going on in every hood. But my thing is, so when you was growing up, what was you into? Was you robbing, stealing, and dealing?
I was dealing, man. You know what I'm saying? My pops was the man. His father was a bootlegger, you know what I'm saying, selling alcohol. My pops was in the streets, you know what I'm saying, making moves, the crack era, you know what I'm saying, the late 80s, early 90s, all that, and I just kind of picked up the torch. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brothers, I got a brother right now serving 24 in the feds.
Shout out to the real.
Yeah, you feel me?
I done served time before, so I know how to be. I done did over 15 years in the system. Matter of fact, all my life I've been there. It's like my second home. Shout out to the real.
In and out.
Let's talk about it. So you grew up in VA.
Yeah.
You had moms and pops. I've seen something about your step pops, so I'm trying to, the military background. I'm trying to figure when that came into play.
So that's when we ended up moving. My mother met my stepfather. See, my dad was around, but he really wasn't around. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? Same old story. My stepfather came in, manned up. He was in the military. He from Gary, Indiana, man. Shout out my stepfather, Doug. He ended up getting stationed to Fort Riley, Kansas. You know what I'm saying? So we went out there. I finished high school out there. And then, I had to make a move. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to go back home. Wasn't nothing out there for me. You know what I mean? I was doing shows and shit out here in Denver. So, and kind of fell in love with the scenery out here, man, the vibe and shit. So that's where I've been.
Before I get back to that, how is the vibe out there? Because I really don't know. And I think that people want to know because they don't know.
Crazy. Man, Denver, I was watching Coach Prime and them talk last night, man. Denver, Colorado on the whole, black people only make up 3% of the population out here. You know what I'm saying? But Colorado's a big state and you only got a few big cities out here, so it makes sense. But, it's a heavy, West Coast influence, you know what I'm saying? When I first moved out here, it's considered out West, you know what I mean? Denver, Colorado. A lot of guys from LA be out here, but as of late, since the weed rush and everything, it's been a bunch of people from everywhere, man. But so it's a bunch of different vibes out here, man. But the underground music scene is what's really happening out here, man. It's just real laid back and, you know what I'm saying, everybody about their business out here, everybody about supporting business out here, you know what I mean?
So the business of music is supported in Denver as an artist.
In Denver, I mean, for me anyway, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear artists
Anyway,
anywhere complain.
they
You feel me?
showing you love. They showing up for you.
They showing me mad love. They showing up for me. You know what I'm saying? All my shows packed, sold out. You know what I'm saying? So just big stepping around these parts.
So, and when it comes to music, people like, oh, we don't know what Denver, really, what they doing out there. So we'll be bumping out there. Like, what the fuck is you doing in Denver? Like, I don't know.
Man, I'm
So you
saying,
want to paint a picture for everybody else.
man,
Let's say a
Denver,
regular day, a hot day going out. Like, what the fuck is going out there? I got clubs. I got
man,
what the
man,
fuck
look,
is happening?
bro, there's clubs, there's rooftop day parties, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you into, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of outdoorsy shit, you know what I'm saying? You looking at the Rocky Mountains is right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, people strolling up to the mountains. There's a bunch of water, you know what I mean? A bunch of lakes, a lot of outdoor shit out in Colorado. Niggas hiking, you know what I'm saying? Doing all that crazy shit, man. But it's just chill, you know what I'm saying? It's real chill, you know?
Just
Again,
chill.
if you talking inner city shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, out here, they think out here is really like, they heavy in that gang culture, you know what I mean?
That's
Heavy in that
everywhere.
West Coast influence. Yeah, but it's a little different,
They
more
got
like West
gangs in
Coast.
Denver. See that? That's information for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you was growing up, because you said you moved there when you were 16.
I moved to Kansas to Fort Riley when I was 16. I came here after I graduated out of high school.
All right. So high school was 18, 19, 17,
Yeah.
18,
Yeah. Give me a couple years, you know what I'm saying? I think I came out here when I was maybe 20, 21.
20, and you've been there ever since.
Been here ever since.
So what was going on in Kansas? That's another spot that,
Yo,
nobody,
We don't know.
black
now
people don't know.
that was crazy. That was a straight culture shock. You know what I'm saying? It was way more black people in Kansas than it is in Colorado, where I was at anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, out the western part of Kansas is just farmland and all that, but you go like the northeastern tip, like Kansas City, Topeka, a little bit down south to Wichita, where I was at right off of Fort Riley, Junction City. Bro, it was actually, I mean, Junction City is a town. It's the military town. It was actually built like off of like prohibition and prostitution. You know what I mean? So the
The hoes
drug game,
was out.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. I wasn't expecting it. It was really the gangs, all the gangs from Chicago, the gangs from the West Coast, the gangs from East Coast. It was all just one big old melting pot out there. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it be on the military base, though. You
So
know,
you were stationed on the military base.
stationed on the military base. Yeah.
So being a street nigga, I gotta say this, I know you must have background, but you're a street nigga.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Still a
Yeah,
nigga.
how was that? Being on the military base and you moving and shaking, doing things that probably family didn't want you to do. How was that? What
Right.
was going on?
It was jugging. It's crazy because you think about you got niggas coming from Louisiana, you got niggas from New York, niggas from LA, shit, everywhere across the country in one spot. Everybody got vices, you know what I mean? Everybody bringing their influence out there. I was just getting money.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The soldiers, these is young niggas. These soldiers, like, these are niggas 18, 19, just trying to get out the hood, you know what I'm saying? But still doing hood shit. They consuming, they selling, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's wild.
So you out in Kansas, and I know that the hustle never stopped, but what age you say you dive full into getting money? Hustling and bustling, and all that. I did it, so I already know.
I,
But I
I'm
want
I'm gonna
to,
say I'm gonna say eighth grade. Eighth grade. I dabbled a little bit in seventh grade. You know what I'm saying? But like eighth grade is when before I moved out there. I was already on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I started off selling. I go selling a couple dime bags in junior high. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that, and then that wasn't enough money no more. So then it progressed. You know what I'm saying? To to the crack. You know what I'm saying? But then I started seeing my niggas getting hit with 20-year bids and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't want no parts of that. And then shit, you can make just as much money off the soft, you feel me? And get way less time, you feel me? So like that was my hustle right there, soft and e-pills and shit. But I can speak on it though, because I already did my time. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Real, me too.
You
So when you
feel me?
was out with VA, you said Pops was out in the street doing what he gotta do. Pops
Pops
was
was in the
a nigga
streets
too.
heavy. Pops a legend.
He's still
Pops a,
alive?
he's still alive. He matter of fact, when I was doing my bid, my pops got locked up for 40 years.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Hit that law library and found his way out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit just every male in my family, man, like all this, like as far as I remember anyway, you know what I mean, from my grandfather on down, like we all been in some shit, you know what I'm saying? But
So how was you and Pops' relationship right now?
alhamdulillah, you know, um, I forgave my pops, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't talk to my pops from when I was 16 till maybe about 5, 6 years ago. No, actually 10 years ago when my son was battling cancer.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And he came around, but as soon as you know what it says in the Quran about, you know, the ties of kinship.
Mm.
So as soon as I heard his voice, he was forgiven, you know what I'm saying? And actually that forgiveness, it benefited me a little bit more, but now we cool, you know what I'm saying?
Cool. And you know, I've been through my Pops too. You know what I'm saying? My
Yeah.
Pops in the street took the wrong turn, did a whole bunch of wild shit. I had to forgive him too. I actually never blamed him, you know what I'm saying? Because at that time when he came back around, I was like 19, maybe 18, 19, and I seen him and I was watching him from a distance. And, you know, without even growing up together, you know what I'm saying? We probably separated when I was a kid. And I had every move he had. Like I'd be doing the same shit. Like I'd be standing the same, moving the same. And from that I had appreciation for DNA. And my pops is like, you know, I'm bigger than my pops. I'm wilder than my pops. He was more serious. He was a serious motherfucker, but he was a good motherfucker. You know, streets take people away. And when I looked at his life and I look back at his life, we was, you know, all right until he passed. But when I looked at his life, I said, damn, you know, streets did that. I didn't blame him. He got caught up in the streets doing other shit. So shout out to Pop, shout out to your Pop, shout out to
Yeah.
forgiveness.
Yeah.
So now you get to Kansas, you know what I'm saying? You get dropped there. Because now there's a lot of different stuff going on. You got VA, Kansas, Denver.
Colorado.
Yeah, out in Colorado. But see, what I did was I took that East Coast hustle and capitalized on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Out this way, they ain't even see what was coming. You feel me?
Mm.
Yeah. You feel me? So, and then like, you know, in those type of places like that, like everybody impressionable. You know what I mean? They can come in with that different swag. You know what I'm saying? You know, the nigga trying to be like you. You know what I'm saying? And I was already rapping and shit, so you know.
So you've been rapping your whole life.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
What age you wrote your first rhyme?
I think I was probably in the third or fourth grade. Third or fourth grade. Fifth grade, I took it serious. I did a Martin Luther King show at the Potomac Mills Mall in VA. You know what I'm saying? And I choked. You know what I'm saying? So that's my earliest when I had this whole song and everything. That
Yo,
shit was dope.
funny shit. That's funny because I choked first time too. So good.
Like, you know, you get that dry mouth and that big lump in the throat, you know what I'm saying? Like they
What
heard that
happened?
shit.
Tell me the
Like,
story.
I mean shit was like 3 bars in. You know what I'm saying? Nice little crowd out there, you know what I'm saying? First time performing.
And
First
what'd you
time
do
let
when you
anybody know I
froze?
spit. Huh?
What'd you do when you froze?
I
You
booked it.
just like
I booked it. I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot the rest of the rhyme. You know what I'm saying? I just booked it out of there, man.
you just got out of there.
Just got
And
out of there.
because I know when I did it, my friends had nothing but jokes on me. You know what I'm saying? They was just cracking jokes, and I was like, pfft. So when you went through that, because then you kept rhyming. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what happened after that?
You know, it took me a minute, and then it was just like we, you know, freestyling on the blocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, back then we was block hustling. You know what I'm saying? And my niggas was like, "Yo, you need to get in the studio with that shit. Like, nigga, you nice." You know what I'm saying? So I started getting back in lab. Then I tried it again. And at another show, I walked in. This time, I made the mistake of walking in the front door and saw how big the crowd was.
Mm.
And I just bounced on my niggas and didn't.
You just said, "Fuck that, I'm out of here."
Yeah, I just bounced on them niggas too, man. I know them niggas probably still hate me for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yo,
yeah,
you talk to any of them niggas?
not anymore, not since then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These were some older niggas that they was older than me at the time. Well, they still older than me, but one nigga was from B-more and the other nigga was from like the Tidewater area, be it like Hampton and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just met these niggas and we had this whole set dance moves, like not dance, you know, the choreographed moves and shit. You know what I'm saying? And fuck the whole shit up, but I just couldn't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the
I broke
real.
out of that shit though. You know what I'm saying?
I know we're gonna get right to that. So we
Yeah.
talk about your kid having cancer.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cancer?
Neuroblastoma. It's a childhood cancer. He was 10 months old when we discovered that. Only 10 months old.
Wow.
But that was the blessing in it though, low key, because high key actually, because that form of cancer right there, if the child is 18 months or younger, they have like a 85-90% chance of survival if it's not amplified. It's when they above 18 months, it's usually amplified, and a lot of them don't make it. That was a real turning point in my life, man. That really, not even the shit I was going through with my son, you know what I'm saying? It was the people that we met when we got there, you know what I mean? And seeing these older kids leaving and then coming back, because that shit, like if it comes back, that cancer right there, it usually comes back like 2 months after the last treatment, you know what I'm saying? But and after about 5 years, they call it a cure. So alhamdulillah, man, my son's 11 now, you know what I'm saying?
And he's good.
Yeah, he's good, you know what I'm saying? He's good.
He's moving, he's shaking, he's doing childhood shit.
He be in the studio. My best songs, he be letting me know which one of my songs is like. If it's it, he gonna tell me like that. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not, he'll just stand there and just be quiet and not be like, hey, what you think about that? And I don't like that one, Dad. But usually every song that nigga picked, that's the one that people be rocking with the most. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That's a beautiful, beautiful testimony, man.
So that's my A&R.
That's all. That's some beautiful shit.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the moms? Y'all still together?
Nah, we cool though. You know what I'm saying? She remarried and shit. You know what I'm saying? But everything's straight. You know what I mean? We cool.
Mm-hmm. Are you married now?
Nah, I ain't married.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Married to the music.
You got two kids. You got a boy and a girl?
I got a boy and a girl, man. My daughter is actually, she's gonna come out here next week. My daughter, she in college. You know what I'm saying? She finishing out her shit. She working towards becoming a neurosurgeon. You know what I'm saying?
You did good.
I mean, I did good at choosing. You know, she ain't get that shit from me.
And listen, that's honesty in that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Chad, take it away.
So, salute. Peace. You're from our generation, so you've seen how the hip hop generation has basically transformed. So, with that being said, have you felt the need to transform as well, or stick to your soul as far as your creativity?
I stick to my soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't transform. And matter of fact, when I came home and shit, I tried to create a vibe like what was out, and niggas was not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I think it just as long as I'm alive, there's people in my age group still alive that still appreciate the music that we create. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I think with this, if you really talking about some shit that can pull on them heartstrings and shit, like it don't even really matter, like how you slice it. You know what I'm saying? Like if a young nigga's a real nigga, you know what I mean, dealing with some shit, going through some shit, been through some shit, he gonna rock with the shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right. The niggas your age older, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know, it's just different, you know what I'm saying? Like the appeal is just different. But yeah, no, I just keep it how I keep it, man. I ain't never changed shit.
But what I do feel is like back in the day, I would say at least 95% of our artists their songs, the majority of their material had messages, meaning, you know. I'm hoping, you know, especially listening to some of your joints, you definitely got meaning, purpose. I'm hoping the whole scene at some point goes back to that, because they say everything's 360, you know. So I'm hoping, you know, especially in this day and age with society all crazy, we always look for an outlet as far as some peace and tranquility with music, you know, um, stuff that we can relate to, you know, going through a breakup, baby moms is bugging out, or the wife is bugging out, or the husband's bugging out, you know. And we appreciate artists like you coming to the forefront with the meanings and the messages, because we kind of lack that for a couple of years now. You know, they keep saying the mumble rap, mumble rap. But that's that generation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't down that, because that's all they know. Like Smash was saying with his pops, you know, the streets took them. Well, it's not the streets that are taking us anymore. Now it's social media. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's driving these record execs as well. You know, you look at some artists, you're like, yo, how's this dude signed? And so across the street is way better. But so across the street don't have the views. You know what I'm saying? Where the mumble dude who's acting a fool got the views. And that's what it's all about right now is and it's sad to say that's what's the driving force. So I salute you guys with the underground, trying to resurface that underground how it used to be. So props to you.
Man, appreciate that. And you know, I feel you on that, because it's I call it like it's the label's propaganda. You know what I'm saying? They don't want, like, for so long they made it like, oh, if you were older artists, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be rap. But who's to tell you to stop? I mean, like how old was Michelangelo when he painted his last picture? You know, if you are an artist, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want no nigga that's been through some shit, a smart nigga that's educated himself, or that's educated, that they can't control. You know what I'm saying? And if a nigga's got views and he ignorant, they want to perpetuate that cycle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kill these niggas off. He's still getting this money off of this, and there's another little nigga waiting in line to come up too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna keep pushing this vile into our communities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Versus, you know, and we even, like, you know, I'm not saying like I'm perfect with it. Like, I talk about the shit I've been through, but it's not bragging. It's not co-signing like this is the life. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
more
boastful.
it's not boastful. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
Yeah.
Real shit. And you got to talk about your life, and that's part of the artist. And when I talk about boasting, because I see a lot of people, when I talk about you doing music, like back in the day, we didn't have social media. So we had an artist making songs. But now you get to see your artist, and you get to see like what's on his mind. Like the shit he's tweeting, the shit he's posting, the shit he's talking about. And it's like, yo, you putting that shit out there to kids or whoever. You know what I'm saying? The song is a song. Like we didn't have that ability to know an artist on such a personal level as you get to know your favorite artist now, man. So some of the artists I got to know, and it's like, fuck this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well,
You know
so we think we get to know these niggas. It's
so
all
we
smoke
think.
and
So we
mirrors.
think.
You know what I mean?
So
we think. You know what I'm saying? We get to see the perception that they put out there, and 99% of
That's
that
what
shit
it is. It's not
be
true.
fake. And like my team, my managers and shit be on my ass, like, oh, Ash, you need to post more, this and this and that. Well, nigga, like, you know, I'm not finna be sitting there making up shit, you know what I'm saying? Or try to create this persona, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am who I am, you know what I mean? Like, take me for
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, that's it. You know?
Shout out to the real. So you talk about working and rapping at 5 years old and being affiliated with rap. So just think about 5 years old is really, really young, man. So what the fuck was you listening to be like, yo, I'm gonna go rap?
The shit that did it for me was, and I think that's why I rap how I rap, because the first song, like, I heard the shit, but the first song that I really paid attention to, that I understood, that made me want to rap, was Self-Destruction. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember if I caught it. I was alive when it came out, you know what I'm saying? But I don't remember if I caught it right then, but the video used to always be in rotation. And it was just powerful. And that was a long ass song, you know what I'm saying?
self-destruction was mean. It was powerful. We don't even have that type of shit nowadays.
Nope.
And if we did, I don't even know, without the right people, if people would really appreciate it. I can't even say this era of this generation would even appreciate some good shit like that.
Well, the only
Well,
thing they
I
would
feel-
appreciate it if they named it like self-destructing. You know what I mean? To talk about it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's how I feel about it. It's like, yo, we talk about, what's missing in rap, and we all want that shit back. And I'm not saying
what's missing, I say, is the unity. You know what I'm saying? Like we had people who had beef together. You know what I'm saying? Like right now in the music scene with the big names, all these RICO charges and homeboys turning on each other, and there's no more rules. Like we talk about street, the code, G codes. There's no more rules. The rules are all out the door. There's no respect.
Ain't no code. Ain't no code. Ain't no code.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like snitching. Like you wouldn't have been on Tekashi 6ix9ine after that. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd be with the fishes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just.
And too, it's in this generation, this day and age, we have what I perceive as social media's audience has a short-term memory. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a point when that snitching came up with the Tekashi. Everybody couldn't stand it. You know what I'm saying? And I give props to his team.
Yeah.
Because
still
they had a plan after this. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you're going to lay low for a little bit, and we're going to hit him with some bangers. And that's what he did.
I don't know who's bumping that.
You'd be surprised. No,
he dropped a video, 20 million views. I just fail to believe that really happened.
I can see that. I can see the algorithm backing him up.
Yeah, I think that he's pushed, but and not only that, my nigga. Tekashi, he did what he did, but he was made by social media. And when you think about his demise, like he has a very interesting story. When he dies, and I hope somebody, because I don't think he likes it. I think somebody will like put him out of his misery. He have a story, but they're gonna make movies about that dumb shit. Because he was brought up in social media. Like he's a social media star.
Right.
His whole life is out there. As far as his personal life, it's all ruined. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all ruined. He might got a few dollars, but nobody loves him.
Yeah, nobody fucks with him.
And with that being said, you gotta have a little sadness for him, my nigga. Like you did all this.
You gotta sleep at night with what you did. Right.
Yeah, you gotta sleep, and it's sad. When they make the movie, I'm like, they're gonna make a movie about this nigga because I ain't gonna say the first, but he's the social media star. Because I don't know who's buying these or who's streaming these fucking records, and I don't even get it. So shout out to the real. You big and fat
over in Europe.
Yeah, he gotta go over there.
He gotta go overseas. Yeah,
he gotta go over there. He's about to make a rap album now called Blackballed. You know what I'm saying? But he's honest with it, and I think that some people appreciate that. Now
it's like Trump.
Well, the people who are capitalizing, that's who appreciates him.
I think some people appreciate it because sometimes I see him and I'm like, all right, stand on your shit, but they stand on your shit.
You know what? I can't appreciate that. Like if that's you, if you were racist, if you were a rat, and please let me know. I appreciate that. So I can keep my ass from around you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can respect that. I can respect that. Like I can respect a racist man that's outwardly racist versus one that's faking the funk and then being racist behind closed doors. If you don't, if you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. I can, yeah. It's like Trump. You know what I'm saying? You might not like him, but shit, he brutally honest with his shit. You gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't hiding nothing. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Trump, and from all of I've been hearing that, on the internet and other things that, we probably won't even see another election. And people are just like, what? It's disinformed, whatever. Like life, like really the world is in chaos. I ain't say the world. United States is really in chaos. So when you think about Trump, you fuck with Trump?
Nah, I don't fuck with none of them people. You know what I'm saying? It's all a show for me. You know what I'm saying? That shit it's funny. You know what I'm saying? And like you was talking about movies earlier. When Trump died, he
They're
gonna
gonna
go
make
down.
a movie on him.
He gonna go down as the biggest American gangster ever. You know what I'm
He's a
saying?
gangster. He's a
That
legend.
he a crook. You feel me?
And that's what I said. Sometimes you could be fucked up, and that honesty will get you through because that's what people appreciate. He says, he's like a matter of fact. He says simply what's going on, and he says it, and people are like, "Yeah, yeah." And not only that, a lot of black people. I think that if he makes it, he's gonna get elected easily. It's not even gonna be that close. Like nobody can beat him unless they put him in
Well,
jail.
I
So
think I
when you
think the
think about, hold
problem.
up, when you think about them putting him in jail, now you got to be like, oh, y'all trying to put him in jail for a reason. Like it don't have nothing to do like with what they saying he did. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Bill Clinton, known pedophile.
Known pedophile.
You know what I'm saying? You got the whole Jeffrey Epstein, and it's a lot of people affiliated with that. Jeffrey Epstein dead. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was affiliated that. And now you got the Puff situation. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Puff fan. I grew up on P. Diddy. I don't care about his personal life. But Bad Boy was part of my life, man. And and I'm just thinking like he probably didn't know till now that he ain't got no fucking friends, my nigga.
None.
Nobody is standing next to this nigga. They all trying to crucify. I see these people in pictures with him, hanging with him, saluting him, and now they don't give a fuck about him. I don't know one person that's an advocate for P. Diddy right now.
Yeah, I ain't seen none either.
And, then,
Everybody feeding into it and believing the shit. You know what I'm saying?
and when you think about that, that's what power do. When a nigga
Yeah.
is so powerful, like they love you, that's fake love. Like they fake love the nigga, and now he's on the way down. It's like, yeah. And it's not just about that. It's a lot of powerful people that go through that. So it's a lot of misinformation when a motherfucker becomes that powerful. In my mind, he's a freak. He's a freak. He's fucking. He's freaking. He's a freak, motherfucker. Should he go down for that? No, nigga. He been a freak his whole life. He freaking off. He's powerful. He got these bitches doing whatever. Do I believe he took some pussy? Fuck no. Do I believe he has some uncomfortable shit happening? Yeah. Like most powerful people become or think they're invincible. Absolute power destroys absolutely. And
That's a
that's
fact.
happening.
That's fact.
But the fact that he has no vocal supporters is mind blowing, my name, because I seen whatever he did. He threw a party, he threw an event. All these A-list powerful people was around him, and not one person to speak on his behalf right now. And no matter what he do, he had a bitch. He bought her some titties. He told the bitch titties is whack. Get rid of them. Oh, that's evil, bitch. I don't like the titties.
Right.
I don't
And
like
that's
what
what
they did. I want them
and
gone.
that's where the lawsuits come in at.
And that's where they
Somebody
coming in at. And it's like,
somebody stopped getting paid, somebody feelings got hurt, you know what I'm saying? And then
and I
one
think that's
accuses and
sad.
then they all ride the train.
His whole life is under a magnifying glass now, and
Yeah.
everything he do is going to be considered fucked up. So shout out to the real. So we talk about rap, man. We talk about your biggest influences, because I don't want to deem you as a conscious rapper, but you kind of conscious.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
You know, I've heard that a lot. I never thought I was a conscious rapper neither. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, I was, yeah, but I guess so. I'm cut from the cloth of Pac, you know what I'm saying? The cloth of Nas, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm, you know what I mean, but that's the cloth I'm cut from. Those are my influences, you know what I'm saying? Pac, Nas, Jay, especially, you know what I'm saying? Big, um, Jada, Locks, all that, you know what I'm saying? So,
We
but when
appreciate
I,
that.
but when I hear that I'm a conscious rapper, that cool. I'm cool with that. You're receiving the message then, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I'm not trying to be a conscious rapper. I'm not trying to be a gangster rapper. I'm just just doing what I do.
Doing what you feel, doing what's in your brain, being what you experience.
Right.
And we talk about your life, man. Your life has a story, and you've been through a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the military, and it's an interesting story, military background. And you know what I'm saying? You done did time. And let's talk about doing time, man. You did time, I did time. I done did years in jail. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what's that about?
Was you federal state?
Huh?
Did you go federal state?
No, I did straight. You did both.
Yeah, I did both, a little bit of both. You know, I mean, you know, besides
I'm a violent nigga, so
the time was easy. You know what I mean? Besides the fact being away from my family, my daughter and all that at the time, you know, that normal shit, I ain't had no female, you know what I mean? So I wasn't tripping, you know what I mean? Because she wasn't answering the phone on Friday nights, you know what I mean? While Sancho was over there, you know what I mean? I was just moving, man, just being me. I learned a lot, you know, I kicked it with a lot of old heads, you know what I'm saying? Absorbed some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And just reflected, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, man, I was in I did a little bit of state. I was only in the state for some months and shit, but I had some Fed charges and shit because of the military shit. You know what I mean? Selling pills to soldiers and shit. Got snitched on. You know what I'm saying? And huh?
Hold up. So hold on, hold up. So the military shit affect you in a negative way because you was now being a dealer to the military.
Yeah. So then you automatically going feds off of that alone.
Wow.
You know
that's what pushed you to the Fed level.
Nah, I think because I mean they was watching me. You know what I'm saying? They just the Fed level because I was a boss. I had probably already beat like 7 state cases by then. You know what I'm saying? They try to convict me beating cases and shit. You know how it is. Like the state, all you gotta do is pay a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Beat the case, but
not me.
he said, "Not me." you ain't pay the right lawyer. Then.
Yeah. I'm a violent felony offender. It all started over drugs.
Okay.
It went violent, and once you go violent, sometimes they sell you out. Like I got a lawyer that the whole hood used. He got, but they didn't have violence. He got everybody off. They didn't get me off, my nigga. He actually sold me out, my nigga. I be thinking about doing something to him to this day.
Hey, not you said I take that back. My state lawyer kind of did me the same way because this nigga talked me into copping a plea for 4 years in the state. So I copped the plea. I get to the courtroom, the judge looked at me and was like, "Man, you only 20-some years old. You ain't never been convicted. I wouldn't have sent you to prison." You know?
Wow.
She said that in court, like, "Yo, I wouldn't have even sent you to prison. This is your first time." But I was in the county for so long, I was just so ready to get out of there, you know what I'm saying, and go to the joint.
You could have got probation.
Yeah, I could have landed
on trap too, but yeah.
And
matter of fact, funny.
Bro, all my time was self-imposed. If I'd have just, when the feds came to pick me up, if I'd have just turned myself in, I'd have had federal probation too. But instead, I went on the run.
That's what I would have did.
Yeah, I went on the run like
all the time.
But you know, just like nigga, I mean, who all you heard is like, who looking for me? The DA at my mama house. You know what I mean? So I'm out of there. So you know, you can't get no job and no shit on the run from the feds. So like, nigga, I was still out here.
Lost more on the run.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And then caught a case on the run. So then I had the state case and shit. You know what I mean? I thought the feds was gonna come pick me up and shit. They let me get convicted by the state. So then I had a record. So then I had to go do something.
That against you?
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know how they do. But yeah, I mean, I touched yeah, it was real. I touched Leavenworth. I was in Leavenworth, you know what I'm saying? That's a USP, you know what I'm saying? That's a big dog prison. And I mean, it was crazy though. Like I had met a whole bunch of like famous motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Notorious motherfuckers like in the feds and shit. That shit was crazy.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. We on record.
Shit, Wesley Snipes.
Shout out to Wesley Snipes. You was in
Michael
jail
Vick. Yeah, Michael Vick.
Hold on. That's right. Leavenworth.
Let's go to Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is an unusual guy. So what was your conversation with him? Like, how was he?
Yo, that nigga's funny, you know what I'm saying? But when you in the feds and shit, niggas ain't acting like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't acting like that in there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is, the coolest nigga that I met in the feds was Vic. Mike Vick. That nigga was doing his janitor job, you know what I'm saying? And just being just a regular nigga. And I got to kick it with the nigga a lot because, you know, you ride in the cars. And feds from like, so if you from New York, you ride, if you ain't gang banging or Muslim or Christian or something, you riding with the, you know what I'm saying, the NY dudes by default, you know what I'm saying? You from Cali niggas, Chicago, so on and so on. So like that nigga was real humble, you know what I'm saying? Wesley was real humble, funny ass nigga, you know what I'm saying?
How was he there though? How he was just like, yo, what up?
Yeah, just yo, what up? No, normal nigga, you know what I'm saying?
He wasn't on scary shit, nothing? PC, nothing?
Nah. He was in the camp. He was in the camp.
Fuck something up.
Wesley will fuck something up. You know that martial arts shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
You talked to him about that?
Nah, we was just, you know, I fuck with that nigga on the weight yard. You know what I'm saying? He was in the little basketball, you know, the little tournaments and shit on the yard and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you don't, huh?
He can hoop?
Nah, he wasn't. Nah, he wasn't that good. Nah, he wasn't that good. He's just something to do. You know what I'm saying? But you talking to a nigga that can ball though, you know what I'm saying? Well, used to, you know what I mean? But,
you a baller?
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Hold on, finish telling about these experiences.
Wesley, I think the craziest shit I saw in that motherfucker was, I don't know if y'all remember Jeff Skilling. The Enron shit. Remember the Enron shit? That people stole all those people's money, had them. Yeah, they was treating this nigga. Now that's the dude everybody on the yard when I got to Inglewood and shit out here in Colorado. So that's where I finished my time at. There was a meeting yard out there, and this fool and his cronies was up in there, and they was treating this nigga like a god on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to walk around, pick this nigga brain and shit. You know what I mean? His wife was coming in there. You know, she's the Hershey's heir.
Right.
You know, yeah. With all much so like just seeing crazy shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Lady London's pops, that's my main man. You know what I'm saying? He my celly was Jackie Long's father. The dude who played in ATL, the smart nigga on ATL, the actor. His father was my celly. Michael Corona, that Orange County sheriff that got caught up in all that tampering with evidence shit in Orange County, California. That famous case, that nigga, he was in there. Senator Barakovich, the one that sold Barack Obama's seat, you know what I'm saying? After he got elected, he was in there. You know, then you meet like
full house.
Man, then you meet, I mean, but you bouncing everywhere in the feds. You never know where you're gonna be. Like a couple niggas on my case was down in Forest City with T.I. when he was in there. It was around the same time. Supreme, I ran into Supreme. The nigga that had 50, that shit with 50, I ran into him in Oklahoma City. You know what I mean? Because that's like that's the hub of like when you get in your designation, because you don't be knowing where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Until you get to Oklahoma City, then you chill there, then they designate you. So like everybody going through there, you know what I'm saying? I done seen like mafia niggas, you know what I'm saying? Mexican mafia niggas, like some dangerous motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like, but but in the feds, it's just all respect, you know what I mean? The politics is different. The state was way more crazy than the feds, you know what I'm saying? The state was just wild, you know what I'm saying? But the feds, it was, you know, more politics and, you know, niggas really tread lightly and think, because if it went up, you know what I'm saying? Like big time and shit. But yeah, I ran into there's more motherfuckers that I met, but like I said, it's just, you know,
that's enough, my nigga.
Yeah.
And Enron nigga, well, shit,
Jeff
can do all that. Well, they can manipulate the government and manipulate the system. Those motherfuckers is geniuses.
Yeah. You know, that's why everybody was picking his brain. But yeah, it was, you know.
I'm pretty sure the government came to talk to like, yo, nigga, how did you do that? When you do some extraordinary shit like that, that's some powerful shit.
It puts you on payroll.
What's going on?
That's crazy. My man had multiple people like jumping out of windows. All these people committing suicides, and this nigga had a motherfucking release date. You know what I'm saying? And you got niggas in there that got caught selling crack that didn't have a release date.
Wow.
Wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, with crack, you know, it's black shit. So it's, it's always like that. You see it today.
That's what it is.
You know, like
meth is a worse drug. Fentanyl is a worse drug than crack, but they know that, you know, certain areas niggas is still just selling and doing crack. So whatever niggas is doing, they got the harsher penalties for that. You know what I'm saying? The white boy drugs, the meth, the Fenny, the coke and shit. Like, you get a slap on the wrist for that shit. You know what I'm saying? My charges that I had, they had my shit mixed up because they indicted me on this crack indictment and shit. But I didn't even know these niggas that they had indicted me with. I probably knew like maybe 2 or 3 of them and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't.
Yeah, that's what happened when you moving and shaking it.
When you
like
moving
that.
and shaking. So they had my charges as crack at first. You know what I'm saying? So my lawyer came, she hollered at me and was like, yo, you facing 18. I said, 18 years? You know what I mean? For what? And then she started reading off my charges. And it was crack, but then she got my shit, you know what I mean, fixed. And then they gave me, so I have 4 in the state, 3 in the feds. You know what I'm saying? So they gave, so what I would have got for the same amount of cocaine powder that I got for crack, 18 versus 3.
Wow.
Crazy shit.
Did you get caught with anything? Did you get caught?
I didn't get caught.
Hand, camera, surveillance, anything?
They said I had a cell count and shit, but like, I don't believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was all ghost though. Man, these motherfuckers charged me because another motherfucker said that I sold him this amount. No camera footage. No cameras, no nothing. They tried all that shit. They even, it was like some movie shit how they was trying to get at me. They had like this undercover lady agent.
I think it is a movie.
Yeah, it is. They had this undercover lady agent infiltrate the circle, acting like she was feeling me and shit. You know what I mean? And then random motherfuckers start coming to my door. And how I found out that bitch was the police, I was walking through the mall with her, and a motherfucker recognized her and put her on Front Street, like right in front of me in the mall.
Right in front of you.
Like, yo, Hass, what you doing with this bitch? This bitch is the police.
And she was at the crib.
She was at the crib. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started noticing helicopters like flying low over my crib and shit. And me and my man's out in the yard. We pointing and laughing like, yo, that's probably the feds and shit. Like, nah, they ain't looking for me like that. You know what I'm saying?
You was laughing about it at the time.
It was laughing about it.
Yeah, that's real. And that shit is funny. And we gonna make this shit go. Nigga, that's a crazy story. And that's how it happened. And that's how the fucking happened, my nigga.
That's how it happened. Then they tried to set me up. The motherfucking police. The motherfucking feds had the state cops kick my door in. So they kicked my door and me and my daughter at the crib. They come in, on the ground and shit. The cop just like basically just molesting me and shit. Like, I'm like, yo, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they found some shit in the yard that wasn't mine because I ain't keep shit at my crib. You know what I'm saying? So they say. And then these motherfuckers, they said what they said. Then they was like, yo, do you want to talk to us about who you getting this from? And I was like, y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking to y'all about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no snitch. These motherfuckers turned around and walked out of my crib. Whole neighborhood out there watching. You know how it is when nigga getting raided and watching. These niggas turned and burnt out on me. Talking about we'll be back in a couple of days. And so, the buzz went around like, oh, this nigga telling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they tried to, it was a dirty game.
It's always a dirty game.
Yeah.
That's a interesting story. We about to tell it. God damn.
Yeah, man.
It's powerful shit. So let's talk about it. Top 5. What's your top 5 MCs?
Top 5 MCs, man. Jigga, Nas, Benny the Butcher.
Hold on. Benny the Butcher?
Benny the Butcher. I gotta get Drake. I think niggas be sleeping on Drake for real. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Drake. You know what I'm saying?
This is good. You did your thing. You doing your thing.
Drake, and then number 5.
Get some traction on this.
Number 5. I'm gonna hold it down with my man Push, man.
What the fuck is that?
Pusha T.
Pusha T?
Pusha T.
Pusha T top 5?
In my top 5.
No, I'm a fan of Pusha T. I'm not a hater of Pusha T.
Yeah.
But sometimes it shit miss certain people. But as far as I never heard nobody put Pusha T
in top 5.
And you from VA, so
that makes sense.
Yeah. That's why I said I gotta put Push in there. Somebody out the DMV gotta be in my top 5. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, that's love. And that's love. And guess what? He did his thing. So let's talk about the record label. You got record label, Survival. We gotta get to the fashion. We gotta get to the tour too. So let's get to the record label. We got Survival 7. What's that about?
Survival 7, man. And if y'all listen to the music, then I'm sure that y'all know I lost my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how did you lose him? That's the only thing I can get.
he got murdered. He got shot in the head and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he had this tattoo. And to be honest with you, I don't even really know what it all really entailed, the Survival 7 itself. It was some shit that he came home from YA with, you know what I'm saying? And it was Survival 7 on his arm. But he was all about that shit. And the last time I seen him, you know, when he took his last breath in the hospital, and they covered him up, his arm fell out. And
that's what you see.
So the last conversation me and my brother had, the nigga just told me like you that nigga, bro. Like you got this shit. Like these niggas ain't fucking with you on this shit, and this is who you are. Don't ever stop this shit. You know what I mean? Like keep pushing. And I think he knew something was finna happen to him. You know what I mean? So, me and the homies that was around at the time, we you know, that's how I'm carrying my brother's legacy.
And listen, I'm listening, and that's some beautiful shit. How did he get shot though? Was he involved with some shit, or was some random shit, or was he...
Yeah, you know, my brother was always in some shit, man. He was a wild ass nigga, man. He was a wild ass nigga, and you know, he was a take no shit type of nigga, and there was a lot of shit that
take him out.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit that he was involved in that, you know, I would hear whispers about that. You know, he was one of them type of niggas. He wouldn't even tell me his dirt, you know what I'm saying? And that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? And he, you know, I don't know. I heard recently, actually, somebody that lives out here that knows, he was just like, you know, my brother told him that he was into it with somebody that's going to be either him or him. You know what I mean? So he knew something was up.
He didn't tell you, though.
He didn't tell me.
He should have told you.
He should have told me. You know what I mean? But I think that last conversation, it was a lot about, you know what I mean, me and the music, and then me protecting the family. You know what I'm saying? Our sister.
He wanted you to do you.
His niece.
He wanted to put you involved in that, but he should have.
He should have. You know what I'm saying? He should have, man. So that's the brother that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? I got two more brothers, but that's my full blood brother. You know what I'm saying? And so that, you know what I mean? So like that's how I'm carrying on his legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's through Survival.
And listen, nigga, this is some beautiful shit. I didn't even expect all this. I watched the interviews before. I didn't see none of this. So it's some beautiful shit.
Hey, motherfuckers don't be having the right conversation on the other end sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I say the interview is only as good as the motherfucker asking the questions. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you know?
Listen, I appreciate that.
Nigga hit me with some bland shit, you gonna get the bland answer with the stare. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm trying. Yo, that's some beautiful shit, man. Your brother, your whole upbringing. It's such a story, my nigga. Such a story. And I'm pretty sure if we talk about movie aspect, but you got a whole lot.
Got one right there. Hell yeah.
Like you in 3 states, you got a whole family that's in the business. And when you talk about streets, nigga, you are the streets. Who can take that away? Nobody can take that away.
Right. You know, I ain't out here talking like.
No, I'm not talking about bragging for. I'm talking real shit. I'm being sincere. I'm listening. I'm listening to you. You ain't bragging about nothing. It's some real shit. I won't cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm into this shit. God damn. So your brother got hit. Where was you when your brother got hit?
You know, I forget exactly. I think I was on the block and my mom called me. I remember what I was wearing. I had this FUBU Platinum shirt on, like when niggas was rocking the FUBU Platinum.
Back in the day.
It's back in the day with all the, you know what I'm saying, the one with the fat hour with all the different colors and the square face and shit, you know what I'm saying? I had those Kobe's on with the yellow. There was some yellow on there, and I had some Nautica pants. And I remember that. And I think I was sitting down somewhere. And the crazy thing about it is, like, I know exactly when the shit happened because I felt it.
You felt it.
I felt it.
I felt something was wrong.
Yeah, I felt something was wrong. Didn't know what. Then I get the call from my mom. So she told me that my brother was at the hospital. I need to get down there. He had been shot. You know what I mean? That was all I heard. So I got there, and you know, it was a gunshot wound to the head, but, you know, they still had him hooked up to the machines and shit. And so I didn't get to see him when I got down to the initial hospital he was at. Then they helivacked him to a hospital that was about 45 minutes away in the car. You know what I'm saying? And my brother held on, like, wallahi, my brother held on till I got there with a bullet in his head, man. My mom, I got out the elevator, went in the room. My mom told him that I was there, and he grabbed my hand, pulled me to him, and I think that's the last. That was the last thing. That was like the last motion. You know what I mean? That was like the last motion. You know what I mean? So when niggas talk about they've been through some shit, so and that's not even it. You know what I mean? Like that's just one incident. You know what I'm saying? But you know, nigga really seeing some shit through these eyes. That's why that's why I spit how I spit. You know what I mean? It's you can feel the difference. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's
got a purpose.
Yeah.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and I appreciate that shit. God damn, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, man. Like you don't ever want to see that shit look into your mother's eyes and shit. You know what I'm saying? After some shit like that, that shit is it's just wild, man.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah, it still haunts you.
You know, I say it's rough. Definitely rough.
Yeah.
It's simple. I say rough, but when he said it, I was like, it's rough. Oh man. So I am who I am. I don't even want to come back to that. I really want to go back to that, but I got to get the information on. I am who I am. They said that shit, right? At this point, that shit brings the consequence. What's up with that?
Man, I I am who I am. The crazy shit about that is it took I did that project in 3 days. You know what I mean? I was just
You recorded that in 3 days?
3 days.
You spent all that in 3 days?
All that 3 days. Wrote it right in the studio.
Beats and everything?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. You know, I was just in the mode, man, with what I am who I am and shit. And I just wanted to, you know, create some, you know, even more separation that I had created with the project that I had put out before that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think that's when I started getting more respect out here in Colorado.
What was the project? I already know, but tell me.
Mansa Mustafa.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
You know what I'm saying?
You said that was like undervalued to, not that was undervalued, but it was undervalued compared to I Am Who I Am.
Yeah, but it was the catalyst.
That's why I asked you that.
Yeah, it was undervalued.
I was gonna ask you that next.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite cover. That's why I got, you know, you see that's, you know, they got the Mona Lisa in whatever museum. I got the Mansa Mustafa. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my favorite album of mine is that Mansa Mustafa. You know what I'm saying? But I Am Who I Am. I worked that was with that's a Denver producer who made all those beats. One producer.
You spend some shit on there though. You can't make that.
Yeah, I was just in that mode. I'm kind of like the mode I'm in right now. Actually, that's why I'm sitting in the studio. I've been in the studio for like the last 2 weeks, like all day.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm over here. But what's next?
Brick by brick.
I got sent some shit. I couldn't even hear it. He sent me some shit on a link. I don't know why I don't got the app. It wouldn't come up on my shit. So what you doing next? I know you got some shit coming out. Singles, freestyles and everything.
We just dropped a compilation. It ain't even out. It ain't even hit the stores yet. I'm having some issues with the label, but it's about to be dropped probably this Friday. A compilation for my team and shit. You know, a couple of the rappers that I have under my label. So that's coming out this month, and I think this year I'm aiming. It probably ain't gonna happen because it's gonna be too much, like with all the promoting and shit that we got to do. But like trying to have like 3 projects in the vault. You know what I mean? On top of maybe 4 more singles on top of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just at the least. You know what I'm saying? While still creating. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to hit it heavy with the music, especially after that last tour that I did and shit.
Shout out to the real. Let's talk about how you've been touring. You've been toured with a lot of people. I don't heard Rose. I was looking for the song Rose, but I don't even know who Rose is. You got terminology. I think I know who that is, but People got
Yeah.
names. So talk about Torm.
Terminology from Boston.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Who he rock with heavy? He be
That's
doing
a
like hip hop.
terminology that's famous, not him, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
him. All right.
yeah.
I don't know him. I don't fuck with him, but I know
Yeah,
terminology.
I mean, I really didn't either until, well, yeah, I heard them. But yeah, I mean, I rock shows, but Term came down, so my man Justice, shout out my man Justice, put me on that lineup. The tour was like I just toured the state of Colorado, you know what I'm saying? And then went down to Tulsa too. So we went all across the state of Colorado, went down to Tulsa. So this next one, I'm trying to expand it and get up out of Colorado and do some, some shit in some other states, you know what I mean? Trying to get that regional touch, you know what I'm saying? Where we touch Colorado still and shit, you know what I'm saying? Colorado's a big state. I went from Fort Collins to Boulder to Greeley to Grand Junction, Denver, Colorado Springs, about to hit Pueblo, hitting all these markets again. Tulsa, like I said, Las Vegas, Utah, Phoenix, you know what I mean? Just, striking the region up real heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Real heavy. So it's
Yeah.
like, when you talk about your music, overall, you've been through a whole lot. You had an interesting life, interesting journey. When you want to talk about your music, what would be the message? Because a lot of music now don't even have a message.
A lot of music don't have a message, and I feel like my music got a lot of messages, and that's why I say like I'm cut from the pot cloth because, pot I get around go from a I get around to a Brenda's got a baby, you know what I mean?
All
From
right.
a ambitions of a rider, you know what I mean? To shed so many tears, you know what I mean? Like it's just multifaceted, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to just encompass like life as a whole, and I have a lot of respect. I do a lot of reading, you know what I'm saying? Like, I keep my mind busy, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just like to accomplish. Yeah, exactly.
Niggas read.
Right. And you know what? The thing is like, so when we came up, we from the same era, you know what I mean? When they talked about great MCs, what were the tools that these great MCs had to have in their bag as far as substance in their rap, you know what I mean? Current events, you know what I mean? Some for the ladies, you know what I mean? Some for the streets, you know what I mean? So I just still live by that code, you know what I'm saying? Just having everything in my bag, you know what I'm saying? Not limiting my fan base, you know what I mean? If I owned a motherfucking convenience store, you know what I'm saying? I know motherfuckers like all different types of candy bars. I'm not just gonna sell one. You feel me?
And there's nothing wrong with that. Every versatile. You get every corner, you get the corner.
And I just think that overall, like art, art imitates life. You know what I mean? And that's how you can separate an artist from a nigga who rap.
And what do you mean by that?
There's niggas that just
want
rap.
you to put your definition on. This is your interview.
What?
And it's got a lot of shit going on. So I want you to put your definition on the artist who raps. And I want you to put your definition on because I like it. Artist and different between nigga that rap. And I want you to put your spin on it.
Okay. An artist. So think about it. Like, how old is the Mona Lisa? Since I said that earlier, how old is that painting? A couple centuries, right?
Yeah.
And people still revere and respect this work of art, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody respect some shit that some little nigga was just doodling. You know what I mean? This art shit, this shit is timeless shit. You know what I mean? This is not wave shit. You know what I mean? This is not back in my era, bro. Like when we first started rapping, niggas, I dare a nigga to sound like the next nigga. You know what I mean? All this shit sounds the same.
And even if they did, it was called out. Like there was plenty of Jay-Z's that came out after they couldn't make it.
Yeah, think about Bathgate.
They didn't make it.
Bathgate was nice, but he sounds too much like Jay. You know what I mean? That nigga didn't go nowhere.
Bathgate. You said Bathgate? Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember Bathgate. He sounded just like
Jay.
Mixtape
Get
shit.
him out of here. Right.
Yeah, he was nice. But
and
he
he was
sounded
nice,
just like
just
Jay.
like Jay. Yeah.
And he couldn't go. He couldn't go. He couldn't
And
go to the
nowadays, I hate to
level.
sound like the old nigga, but like some of these niggas, and I don't even think it's just me. I can't tell the difference between certain people. You know what I mean? They all sound like it's that identical. You know what I mean? So I just say like, you know, the nigga that raps, ain't nobody gonna remember that nigga 10, 15 years from now. But the artist that paints, you know what I mean? That shit's timeless. Niggas gonna always go back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes them back to a moment in life. So that's my definition between the artist and the nigga that raps. You know what I mean? A nigga that raps is basically it's just a fan of rap that just is cool. Like this nigga looks cool. You know what I mean? I want to be like this nigga right here. I want to be living this life that's being portrayed. The smoke and mirrors, you know what I'm saying? That's the nigga that rap, you know what I'm saying? I don't even do this shit now. Like this part is hard for me to explain because it's like, I don't give a fuck about the fame part of it. Like I don't give a fuck about being famous, but I also understand that in this field, like you gotta have a fame. People gotta like you, you know what I'm saying? But that's not my motivational factor, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an artist, you know what I mean? Like I wake up and I got shit on my mind, I cut on my shit.
That's important to you.
That's important to me. You know what I mean?
And it's not important with a lot of artists today.
It's not. It's I want to live this lifestyle type shit. Me.
That's it. And once the women get involved,
that's it.
Women is all about lifestyle. They don't give a fuck. They trying to make money and do what they do and be independent. Whenever women get involved with anything, it's gonna go wrong, my nigga. It's like that in the Quran, my nigga. It's like that in the Quran. And I ain't talking about music. They took I was at 6 women in a funeral. It's chaos. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you get women together, there's always chaos. And I always say that. I don't want to damage what you said, but I got to put that out there. Women are doing what they're doing. The world is in chaos. Music is in chaos. And we don't know. I ain't saying we, I'm old. So at the younger generation, they might know, but I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be listening to. And there's nobody that's grabbing, like, yo, this is what we doing. Like back in the day, we had
leaders.
MD, we had Public Enemy. They both was hot. We had other artists. Like I see people that, oh, well, I just interviewed a Muslim woman. She was like, oh, I want to Cardi B. She's Muslim. I'm like, oh, that ain't gonna sit right. And I'm like, why you ain't say Lauryn Hill? Like, why you didn't say there's other artists? You didn't mention none of that shit. So that told me that you wasn't, and I ain't wrong, I ain't mad at you, because in America it's hard to be 100 as far as the religion is concerned. So I was just talking because I'm not 100. In America, it make it hard for you to be 100% Islam unless you surrounded by Islam. You got to really do your thing. And I'm not, anybody that is 100 Islam, I want to die like that. But
that's how I want that. Me too. And the crazy thing is like, you know, it's crazy how us Muslims, like, we get held at. I mean, and good. That says a lot. Yeah, that says a lot about the faith. But it's like we get held at such a high standard. Like if a nigga do one thing wrong, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? But Christians walk around doing all kinds of shit, and nobody ridicules them for it. You know what I mean?
Said nothing.
Right.
They do it. Rappers claiming they this and that. But if you say you Muslim, you're gonna get called out for your behavior. And I understand it.
By non-Muslims.
Because I understand Islam.
Right.
Islam, what they set in place, technically, it's right. Music can convince you to do evil. It tells you don't look at shit you shouldn't look at. Your woman shouldn't look at the next man in the eye. This is all real.
It's all real.
Look at America. It'll tell you, if you do, they like, oh, it's oppression. It's not oppression. They saying you're gonna be with disease and all this shit, and look at America. Controlled by disease and a bunch of other shit. And even my American ass, when I die, I hope to be a complete Muslim. Sometimes I don't speak on it because I know I'm not. I'm not there yet. And there's levels of faith. There's levels of faith. You believe here, you believe there. I'm still a Muslim. And I don't like to disrespect anybody that's in complete faith. So it's hard for me to talk. I'm like, all right, you're in complete faith. I ain't gonna talk about me. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Islam, as far as the truth, I don't care about all the backwater shit. I don't care about the terrorism shit. But when it comes to the truth, nah, nigga, you shouldn't be doing it. They talking about marriage. They talking about not fornicating. If you go to an Islamic country, there ain't no AIDS and shit out there. You get killed out there for that shit.
Motherfucker,
you know what's crazy?
Gonorrhea, chlamydia. You know what I'm saying?
That shit ain't out there.
You know what's crazy?
Fucking bitches, you ain't doing none of that. You with your wife, you married, early age, and that's what you're doing. Whatever you do behind closed doors, that's what you do. You pay for that yourself. But that ain't Islam.
No.
So when I speak, I like to say, this is me. Islam is Islam. When I die, God willing, God give me the time.
Inshallah.
And I want to be the complete Muslim. I can't be nothing else but Muslim, my nigga.
Yep.
Because you know what? This shit is right, my nigga. You cannot do that type of shit, my nigga. Look at America, my nigga. Fornication, all that shit. Bitches out here naked. That would never go down.
You know what's wild? Do you notice that and recently you see commercials with HIV medication now?
Yeah.
Like, years ago, started condom commercials. Now I don't even see condom commercials. I see HIV medication. Meaning to me, our society is like, yo, go have that rough sex, that raw.
That shit. You breaking up. I don't know if it's on camera. Look. I'm doing it.
Am I back? Because you look broken up. You were broken up. Can you hear me now? Yeah, so I was saying about the we see a lot of HIV medications compared to condom commercials, where we as in America, I feel like society's like, yo, go have that raw dog sex. You know what I'm saying? We got a pill for you now. You
Oh, look, we breaking up.
Am I still froze?
You was just for a second.
You frozen out. Talking about HIV medication and what's going on with that?
Have raw sex.
That's all I heard was HIV medication, something going on.
Yes. Yeah, so basically, the agenda right now is HIV medication.
It is?
Years ago, it was condoms.
We got to take.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm in Florida, so maybe the network down here, we're going full steam ahead. But I see HIV medication commercials daily on TV.
Yeah, I see them here too. Yep, I see them here too.
Which is crazy. I don't see no more condom commercials.
Nah, like you said, they want the raw sex. I think they trying to. They want us to populate so we could continue to build infrastructure and have an army, right? And they want to birth all these military men, these builders and shit, but then they feed everybody shit. You know what I mean? So either way it goes, it's fucked up.
They winning.
America's
they winning
doomed.
as far as the education, as far as, I mean, even my own life, is they winning? I think they winning, my nigga, because we're not preaching, we're not standing together. I don't give a fuck who's hot, who's making money. If somebody start making money, all right, you making money, my nigga. You ain't talking about anything we should be doing, my nigga. I think
Well,
about the female rappers, them even pushing them to the forefront.
right.
And I don't have no problem with them doing their shine because some of that shit I like. But it's like, when you think about social media, you doing music. We had our hoes doing music back then. We had the little kids, there was hoes doing music. But they wasn't able to talk and say stupid shit and everybody can hear it. Like our rappers now can say stupid shit and say, yo, bitches should not be married. Women should be fucking. Fuck men. They can say that shit now. And that's what I have a problem with. Our rappers back then, our female rappers, they was able to make music and that was it. They couldn't say, oh, we really about this. Like our female rappers now I can look at Sexy Red. I love Sexy Red music. Sometimes I bump it. I don't bump it, but if it's on the internet, I bump it. Sometimes I look at that, I would like to hang out with her when I'm high. You know what I'm saying? But as far as other person, it's like every post, everything she says is negative to the black community. It's like, yo, why? Why is that? Like, I'm a street nigga. I do street shit. I done put in work. I done did this. I done did that. But every post, everything I do is not going to be about, yo, go out there and kill something. Go destroy yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every post these hoes make is about, even from the eating habits, eat bad shit.
Hot Cheetos.
Fuck your man.
Yeah.
Be a hoe.
Cheat on that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
They're educating our youth, and that's the problem I have with it. Making music, it bumps. We can bump to that. We bumped to Lil Kim. We bumped to Foxy Brown. We bumped to it. But like now you talking, now you're a voice, and you're saying that. You wouldn't tell your kids to do no shit like that. And you're doing this for popularity and fame. You're putting tweets in the air. Oh yeah, let's do this. Fuck niggas.
Sex tapes being dropped like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like these kids that you pregnant with now, while you making this sex tape, ain't gonna be able to go back and find this shit and see his mom out here online. You know what I mean? Like that's just crazy, man.
And I don't even understand going to see a bitch pregnant jumping around like that. I don't even understand it. But that shit is wild.
That's the generation.
Niggas that's paying, shout out to niggas buying them tickets because I wouldn't do it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Bitch pregnant? I'm not going to see that. And not only that, and I'm hating. This is some hate shit, but I'm not hating as far as other artists. I'm just saying, make your music, but when you talk to the people, why are you always talking some stupid shit, my nigga? Like, you're not stupid. Like, we had plenty of rappers that kicked all Tupac, whatever. When he touched the mic, it might have been interpreted as some different shit. When he chose to talk, he never said no stupid shit. He didn't say, yo, bitches, get pussy up. Go fuck everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I do. Pac was more on some activist type shit.
Right, like he made the music.
People, you know what I'm saying?
He been big. He made the music. I never heard him say, yeah, he pick up the mic and got a voice and start saying, yeah, all you hoes go suck dick. All you niggas go do this, rob and steal. Music is music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to be in country or whatever. Everybody got a story. Tell your story because that's what music's supposed to be. You telling your story. Only rappers get identified, oh, this ain't true, that ain't true. But now when you start tweeting, you start talking, everything you say is some dumb shit. And that's the only thing I got against it. Like, why are you always saying some dumb shit? You ain't practicing Nothing happened. You like, oh, let's go raw. Like, what the fuck is you saying that for?
Well, I mean, at this point now, like they being coached into saying stupid shit like that because
that's what I was gonna say. It's the team now behind her allowing that behavior, and that's the problem.
But that's her job, and I believe that, and I think that shit is foul, my nigga. I don't care about the music because we listen to music. We listen to music that was it wasn't fair, but it was real. We out in the street do whatever. There's no way I went back to the house and said, yo, we got to go out here and kill people.
Right.
We got to go out here and sell drugs and do this, and that. We never did that, but nigga, we never did that. We got the Jay-Z's, we got the Mob Deep. We never did that, bro.
Well, they got to find a way.
We never did it.
They got to find a way to keep the minority population down. You know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift ain't out here saying no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always it's Jack Harlow ain't wearing dresses. It's Slim Thug. It's the black artists, men putting on dresses. You don't see Jack Harlow, Macklemore.
But they put them in a position.
Ain't no white Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even know nobody that ever bought a Lil Nas song. Besides that one song, it's hard to believe. And I ain't gonna lie.
It's an agenda.
I want that agenda too. Put me in there. I ain't gonna do that, but how the fuck y'all did that? But y'all can just do what y'all want, make money. Nobody, I don't know nobody that bought your record, but I don't know nobody that brought your shit, but and there's a few people like that, but shout out to the. We don't have to wrap up. We can rap what we want. We have a good conversation. I know we got away with the interview, but nigga, that's a good conversation. Shout out to the real. Listen. Plug your shit in. Talk about what's next. They sent me what's next, and I couldn't listen to it. So talk about it real quick, man. I know left a lot of shit on the table. We got distracted. We gotta do it.
The record he tried to send you was Free Palestine. The Free Palestine freestyle, and because he my A&R Urbane, shout out Urbane, he sent that to you. He had told me because he thought he felt like it would resonate with y'all on this show.
Nah, it didn't resonate. It probably would have, but I wouldn't. I don't know if it's my phone or it's social media, or I don't have an app that should be there.
Yeah,
couldn't hear the shit. It just didn't play.
But yo, man, fuck with me. Hash got bars on all platforms, even Venmo and Cash App. If anybody out there want to send me some bread, you know what I'm saying? I'm always willing to accept those gifts.
Some bread.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All social media platforms, man. Check out that Survival of the Fittest dropping Friday, most likely. And I got a bunch of new shit out, on the way. Some shit that I can't talk about right now as far as like locations, but some big shows and shit about to pop off. You know what I'm saying? Starting after Ramadan probably this year. So, but yeah,
send us that.
He sent you the Free Palestine.
Send us all the shit, man. Let's be in cahoots. Let's be down. When I have problems with these new artists, sometimes I interview these new artists and they think we just supposed to push their shit, and then they do an interview and they don't push the interview. It's like, nigga, I don't have to do none of this. You know what I'm saying? It's not benefiting me. It's not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I do the interview, done. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna spend money on it because they don't understand all this shit take money. So it's like, I gotta spend money to spin your shit. I don't give a fuck if it's $10. I gotta spend money on promotion to spin your shit around the block. And here it is. You ain't liking nothing. You ain't showing love. You ain't shouting us out. It's like, all right, well, fuck it. We did the interview. Whatever it is, it can be 10 views. That's what's gonna stay. I'm off to the next. So I can't stand up and coming artists. It pisses me off because they are bigger than the bigger artists. Because I done did a lot of big artists since I started this. You know what I'm saying? I did all this by accident. I started, and they don't act like that. But the up and coming,
the new ones,
the ones in the middle or below, they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to.
It's the facade.
I call it the Hollywood syndrome. They too Hollywood.
It's the Hollywood facade, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm a different type of nigga, man. Look, the network is the network, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tap in with both y'all. We're gonna stay connected.
That's what's up.
I push everything on my end, you know what I mean? So like
send your shit. That's all I'm saying. Send your music. Send what you're doing. Put us in a loop. You're doing shows. We can get there. We're gonna get there. Because at the end of the day, we meet it. So we want to be there. We can capture all this. I want to be there. We can get there. So shout out to the real. Fish, what you got to say? Shout out. What?
Man, shout out to the team.
Oh, one more thing. One more thing. Say shout out to, see, this conversation was so interesting. I forgot the whole interview. Shout out to the real. Highly dysfunctional, brother.
Man, shout out to the real. Highly dysfunctional, man. You know what time it is, man.
Man, thank you for coming on. I had a great time.
I appreciate y'all brothers having me, man.
I didn't even expect to have a great time. I had a great time. Yeah, the interviews I seen was so reserved, and I'm so happy you came on. And this is a great story. So this is one of the things to see we gonna get behind this. And people don't understand, like everything ain't gonna push. We gonna push what we gonna push. This is one we gonna push.
We pushing.
Shout out to the real.
We got a lot of
shout
out to the shout out to the real.
Shout out to that nosy chick. She better stay in her place.
Get in line.
Punk, Chad Destaga, Hash got bars. We all over the place. I appreciate you coming on the show. I had a great time. I loved hearing your story. It touched me right here. And I mean that. I'm emotional right now.
MashaAllah.
I'm fucking up the show because I'm emotional.
MashaAllah.
Shout out to CO Gold. Thanks for checking in. All right.
Man, shout out to Brain, man. Shout out Vinny T. Shout out Knowledge. Shout out Mike Stillman, my whole team, Survival 7, man. Shout out my mama, man, for giving birth to.
Shout out to Mom. Shout out to Linda Evans.
You feel me?
Chad the Saga. Hash got bars. Thank you for coming on, man. We completed the show. I loved every minute of it. I love every minute of your story. I can't wait to